I mean, if I'm gonna keep it a bean for a second, it's probably not the best time to buy a home. So let's get into this. This real estate agent kind of goes into why pretty much her clients are trying to hit you over the head and bang on you like the operator. So let's get right into it.
Seeing lately. So we're getting a ton of sellers who want to sell. Great, awesome clients, listings. But no, there's a catch because majority of these sellers want us to sell their property for a value it's not worth. The numbers don't lie. The comps don't lie. If you want to overprice your property and shoot yourself in the foot, that's one thing. But
okay, so why are homes expensive in 2025? Limited supply. A lot of people kind of, who got their homes during the dream time, I guess COVID, when, rates were like 2 to 4% or whatnot. They don't want to get out of that and, end up locking in at a 67% rate. And really, I guess we kind of went over that, but really, I guess just there's lack of construction going on right now. There's ultimately just a limited supply of homes on the market, and there's a pretty big demand at the moment too. So the reason why, honestly, I don't know why. That sounds like a seller's market to me, right? So that I think they're just overplaying their hand, where they're just trying to just max people out. But the thing is, I don't think that's going to really work because people are probably pretty hesitant to buy a crib right now anyways because the rates are so high, let alone you're getting banged on like the operator. Yeah, come on. In fear of being priced out, rising prices create expectations of further increases, prompting buyers to act quickly, feeding a self-reinforcing cycle. Okay. So broken supply chain, high borrowing costs. Yep. Buyer-seller gap, owners reluctant to sell, like lock-in price, I guess it's saying, elevated construction costs, and shittier construction. But let's go back to the video. I just wanted to see what ChatGPT had to say about that.
It's not even worth taking the listing. Who cares? We don't need the listings to show we get listings, because when we get a listing and we market, we're dumping at least $500 per property to get it going, get the photography, get the videography. It costs money to play. So if we're spending all this money, say we have 5 sellers who want to list their house all overpriced, 5 times 500 is $2,500 that more than likely the houses aren't going to sell. Let's be honest. The sellers aren't going to accept a lowball offer is what they call it, but realistically it's what the house is worth, but they're not going to accept it. So agents are spinning their wheels, dumping money into these properties to try and sell it when it's just a waste of time. It really is. And I hate to say it, but it's what's going on right now. So Florida, I don't know what state you guys are in, but I'm in Florida and it's 100% a buyer's market right now. Sellers do not have the upper hand. You're lucky to get a couple showings right now, especially if you're overpriced. You're probably going to get none.
I don't know. Based on what ChatGPT was saying, it sounds like it's definitely a fucking is it a buyer's or seller's market in 2025? Appreciate your patience. As of mid-2025, the housing market is shifting towards a buyer's market, even though, okay. But why are buyers gaining leverage? More homes on the market, longer time to sell, and price drops. Builders offering price cuts, inventory continues rising. Yeah, why it doesn't feel like, so it's kind of like, okay, mortgage rates are high, prices still elevated. Okay, so I guess it's like switching over right now to, like a buyer's market or whatnot. So let's get into this one.
There's no such thing as a starter home anymore. Young families, especially young families just getting started out that are working their way up in their careers, you can have a double income home. There's no house for you. I had a client list his house with me yesterday for $100,000 under its market value. I did a CMA on it, a market analysis. We should have listed it. It's going to appraise somewhere around $225,000. It's a D-title, double-wide mobile home on 6 acres. He was confident that he heard a word from the Lord
Wait.
and that he should list it at...
Wait. Did he just say a mobile home at $225,000? Let me run that back.
I did a CMA on it, a market analysis. We should have listed it. It's going to appraise somewhere around $225,000. It's a D-title, double-wide mobile home on 6 acres. He was confident that he heard a word from the Lord and that he should list it at $126,000. And what has happened over the last 2 days has been wild. Every slot on the calendar for showing time has been filled. Showings nonstop all day long for the past 2 days. 15 offers were submitted just on the first day. And these are all from people, especially young families, single moms, people in a fixed income that are desperately and have been for over a year desperately trying to find housing in this price range that's livable. And every one of them has a story, from a family of 4, the wife's pregnant, they're living in a 2-bedroom apartment, one of the kids is sleeping on an air mattress, to a retired couple that's on a fixed income, probably Social Security, that's taking care of their grandchildren and just trying to find a place that they can all fit in, all hoping that this seller will pick them to ratify the contract. This goes to show that even in South Carolina, where our cost of living is relatively low compared to the rest of the country, that people are priced out of the market. You have people working 2 blue-collar jobs, landscaping, working at Walmart, doing jobs like that cannot find a livable home that they can qualify for in their price range. Where are the $100,000 starter homes? I know I'm old, but my first home, I bought it in 2004. I paid $99,000 for it.
Yeah, it was 2004, asshole. Those were like the best times ever to fucking buy a crib, probably. It's like the early 2000s.
It was a great little 3-bedroom, 2-bath home that we lived in for 12 years and loved every minute of it. Where are those houses? Where are those houses that people can move in and actually...
Well, those houses now are worth about they're sold. They're priced at, I should say, worth and priced are 2 different things, right? They're priced at about probably like $500,000 now.
Live, not buy for $130,000 and have to do $150,000 worth of work to get it livable. I don't know how this seller is going to pick the person he wants to move in. I have no idea. He's going to have 25, 30 contracts in 2 days to choose from. But whoever gets it won the lottery, because there are no houses for people in this price range, and there's got to be a market for it. There's got to be a way to build them. There's got to be a market for it. So I'll keep you guys updated. In my 10 plus years of real estate, I've never been a part of a transaction like this. This is like prime COVID when the bidding wars were happening, except I have a seller that isn't necessarily interested in who's got the highest bid.
All right, let's check these comments out. The market tells you what you can't afford. If a house is worth 3x more than what you make a year, you simply cannot afford to buy it. Why is it so hard to understand? Rent and invest the difference. No need to introduce debt for a mortgage. Yeah, 100%. Starter homes exist. They just in the country. Okay. We have a huge problem, and rent prices are out of control. They exist in areas nobody wants to live, thanks to flippers and gentrification. Those starter homes are in areas where nobody wants to live. My home built in 1950, park, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. I'm in Mississippi, one of the very lowest prices markets in the country. 100%, bro. I think Mississippi should pay you just to fucking live there. Like, it seems like the worst fucking place ever. Seems extremely hot and extremely racist. The 150K homes are all busted and need extensive renovations. Central Mississippi is notorious for foundation issues due to... Just don't ever live in Mississippi, bro. Like, I don't see why anyone would ever fucking go to that fucking hellhole. A 3-bed, 3-bath house for $99K. I paid $99K in 2020 for 860-foot square foot house built in 1889. Holy shit. Let's go back to this one. See what the comments were saying. We just dropped out of trying to purchase a home because everything is insane. We're in Tampa, Florida. Cost $200K to move into the hood right now. Damn. I'm overlooking at homes with popcorn ceiling, laminate countertops, and mural walls listed at $500K with no updates since they bought it. I'll keep waiting. Damn. Finally, someone speaking some factual truth to the people of Florida. Sellers aren't listening to their agents. And they're trying to hit you over the head and bang on your ass like the operator. That's what they're trying to do. House prices at 2% interest rate is not the same. No shit, Sherlock. People thinking their bubble buy house is still worth its inflated prices. Wild. 100%. 100%. Florida isn't it? Yeah, like, I guess, yeah. I mean, that actually is probably the most relevant comment. I guess that's what's going on. People are still thinking that their houses are like COVID prices, or like, you know, when it was inflated, like the housing market, like back in like when the bubble, like the peak of the bubble. I'm not too sure when the peak of the housing market bubble is, but people are still thinking they can sell their house at that price. Man, this shit's all a sham, bro. It's all fake rules, fake market. What the fuck is price? What the fuck is that shit? It's really just a made up concept, man. It really is.